Daddy got the heat, boy.
I'm surviving all by myself. No, I never needed the help. Like I'm still grinding after the wealth. Yeah, after the wealth. I get money, that's all I need. Like I just keep on stacking the green. No, I never needed a team. Like every day's a different day, you know, I can't stop. I keep stacking all this money up, I really need a guap. Gotta keep on moving, I'm grinding to the top. I can't take my time if I just want them diamonds on my watch. And I'm mixing up the flow just like a switch up on the Glock. If you playing like a bubble, then I might make it pop.
Daddy got the heat, boy.
What's up, y'all? It's, you know, formerly known as Delilah Survivor, is Delilah Surviving. This was actually a request video by my bestie for the Rusty, my number 2, my huge supporter now. He said I didn't realize I had already recorded the first half of episode 4. But then, you know, he said no, he wanted number 4. So I decided, you know, I'm in a better space than I was this weekend. I decided, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the other, you know, do the rest of it because he requested it. And, you know, I love my show. I love my son. So why wouldn't I do it? But I'm going to do it this way. And, you know, my raw reaction, y'all just going to hear my voice about my reaction because a girl is beyond her PJs. Like, I done took the hair off. I'm like, yeah, I just don't feel like it. Okay, so here we go. We start. Wait a minute. I don't remember ending from this part, though.
Black Panther 21 was a true highlight before a fall into struggle, depression, disorientation. We, as a movement, were dealing with post-traumatic stress syndrome because the whole army had been decimated. And none of us thought we would wind up broke, paranoid, and depressed.
Oppression brings about addictions. So a lot of people in the movement become addicted to certain substances.
So people started drinking and I was smoking whatever anybody passed me, and my mission was to be numb. But somehow, Defani on her worst days was better than a lot of people are on their best days.
She was an icon, the face of strong women in our movement. But she was trying to move on in life.
When Tupac was small, Fannie worked for the Bronx Legal Services, and she had a friend there, an actress and a singer, Ebony Joanne. She was awesome, right? And Fannie's job was to stop illegal evictions. Fannie
that would have been
was
awesome.
A warrior. She was also trying to get the government on board with acupuncture. With Mutulu Shakur, Fannie and Mutulu became a couple. I like Mutulu, a family guy, loved the children. They had a daughter, Sechua. I have fond memories of Mutulu.
Okay, I want to stop right there real quick, y'all, because in the video I did record when I went like deeper into Tupac's past. I had mentioned, I didn't post it, of course, because, you know, the whole YouTube and all the support and crap and everything that's going down, I didn't feel like I wanted to post. But anyway, I had mentioned in that video that Mutulu was Tupac's favorite stepfather. And I can't remember if that was Mopreme father or not, because, you know, he had a stepbrother named Mopreme. But apparently Mutulu was loved by everybody in the family.
Brownstone, Stryker's Road, a very nice area where black doctors and lawyers, and he turned it into a clinic.
Motula Fane also formed the National Task Force for COINTELPRO Litigation and Research, with emphasis around Geronimo Pratt.
Serving life for murder. And now there are growing indications Geronimo Pratt has spent 23 years in prison for something he didn't do.
We kept hearing about Geronimo. He was incarcerated in prison in California.
So that's what she was
For
doing. When she was in
23 years?
California. She was working on Geronimo's case, one of Tupac's godfathers.
Isn't it true that Geronimo Pratt wired a shotgun to the head of California state judge and blew it off?
No. No, you sound like the COINTELPRO. COINTELPRO.
COINTELPRO makes us paranoid.
Yo, I'm sorry, y'all. Like, that smile gives to me every time. He had the most beautiful smile in the world. And if you could see the date that video was taken, that was 95. Tupac was killed 96, right? Like Friday the 13th, 96. So he did a whole lot within, that said June 95 to September 13th, 1996.
Do you know if he's ever killed anybody?
Yeah, that said June 30th.
How did he know? Were you a witness to a killing that he committed? I'll ask the question. I know that that's my godfather, and that's disrespectful for you to speak to my godfather no way, and I will not allow that. Unless you have proof when you are a witness. I don't have neither, then you can't do that. I will never do that to your family members. I'm just asking. But I understand, but you cannot disrespect my family. Okay?
See, and that's what I wish, that's what I would love to have. You see how Tupac, he like laid it down, he didn't care who he was talking to. You will not disrespect my family. I mean, some folk I don't have that with, but that passion in that man's face when he was like, when he asked him, was you there when he committed the crime? And, you know, because Geronimo is his godfather, as they said. And, like, the passion that man had was like, no, I will not let you pin a murder or say my family member, wasn't even blood, but, you know, that's family. You will not disrespect my family member. More families need to be like that, people. More families need to be like that.
Then what who he was? He was a child that was born in the movie. They targeted him as a result of that.
So when did he get his nose pierced? Wait a minute. Or was the person out? The person had been out. Because he had
Wasn't that the police was looking for me? Please understand now. It's just that I lost my job because the pressure from the police, it is just really hard for me. And sometimes when my children went to school, they were followed by the FBI and police officers who would corner them and ask them about people that they might have known. Those were experiences that I wish that I had not had my children exposed to.
Exactly.
We were all traumatized. First pistol I ever saw was in Fanny's room. Fanny lived across the hall from us. There was always a lot of paraphernalia that had cops getting their big brains blown out. You know, things like that in the child's mind didn't seem normal. Because they would tell us, the kids come to you, don't say nothing to them.
Because the fans, they used to come to the house, and we're just the kids.
Pop was a mischievous kid. He liked to play a lot. He fun-loving.
You would have thought he would have became a comedian. But in Harlem, back in those days, it wasn't cool.
That would have been kind of cool. I ain't gonna lie.
Katari, Sexual.
A rapper and a comedian, I see that in him.
I wanted my name to be Lisa, but it was Jamala. Definitely there was a chip on my shoulder. People always thought we was African, and we got teased a lot. Like, you bald-headed black bitch. That's how the fighting would start. But Pop didn't know how to mind his business. He would intervene and walk up to a brother and tell that brother, keep your hands off your woman. And we'll be like, yo, Pop, chill, come on, man, let's keep walking. We don't know these people. He would challenge you with his intelligence. I bet you can't spell harpsichord. But his mom used to make him read the New York Times as a punishment. Okay, 9 times out of 10, she would have said, take your little sorry self in that corner. But the other part of that punishment was that he had to read the New York Times.
She's my guide, you're right.
Read it.
She knows the importance of being honest.
Let's have a debate about
We
it.
talk about everything.
Not a discussion.
Facing each situation as it
The more
comes.
we challenge our
Being realistic about the problem.
make ourselves
analyze it, solve it.
How can that hurt?
It's just that everybody doesn't think like us.
Fanny wanted all of us to be smart and active in the community, and she was the most generous person. Give you anything. Her son, same thing. But people take advantage of that too, so that's adding to that knot in her gut. Because the only person I know that provided for Fanny Shakur was a Fanny Shakur.
On October 20th, 1981, remaining members of the Radical Weather Underground and Black Liberation Army ambushed a Brinks truck, killing a guard, later killing 2 police officers.
Several of the suspects went.
Oh no, why show that?
Clinic. A Dr. Shakur's name is listed on a plaque.
Fugitive Batul Shakur, reputedly the mastermind of the Brinks heist.
They were pretty secretive around me. I then began reading things in the newspaper.
Okay, I'm gonna pause this real quick, y'all, just because I mean this I'm loving the fact that it's not just Tupac's story, it's also Afeni, because it's making me like I'm respecting her even more as a mother, as a woman, because we don't have women like her that too much today. Like, she provided for herself. She didn't like need a man. She was a leader. You got too many you got too many women out here with no backbones. I ain't saying, it's anything wrong with a man providing. But if he's providing, it's one thing. But if you're just his, something he laid, lay on a mattress or throw you over, all you good for is spraying your legs, then you're nothing. You're worthless. You don't know your worth. Back. Oh, hold on. I'm about to say, they play that beat. I gotta stop it.
He was #1 on America's Most Wanted list.
That's where everything became.
Okay, I get why they're putting this with that, though.
We didn't know what was going on. Suddenly the tool wasn't around anymore. Tomorrow.
And was that part in the video?
I went back to prison.
I was in prison. I'm just dead.
5 suspects are still at large in what appears to be a network of new terrorist activity.
It was always mysticism about beliefs.
Okay, that's part of the video. Okay, y'all, so I can get off that. Y'all can watch the rest of them. Oh God, yo, ain't nothing finer than that man right there, right there. Yo.
I thought I knew a lot, but I didn't. Like when they broke that girl out of jail.
Assata Shakur escaped from the Clinton Correctional Facility.
Now, I'm wondering who thought of that shit.
No shots were fired.
And that
Right.
money.
Close to $1 million.
Where's the money?
Missing
Right.
from similar holdups. Investigators are now wondering what the motive.
Oh
might
yeah,
be.
because they said when that gruesome scene they showed the body, they did say that allegedly they had, broke into that Brinks truck. So where was the money if they robbed a Brinks truck?
Anonymously to homes in Harlem at Christmas time.
All I know is Fanny had no furniture in the whole house. We were poor. And I tell you what, Tupac always wanted to know, why are we so poor?
If money was nothing, everything depended on your moral standards. We beat millionaires. But since it's not like that, I missed out on a lot of things. And it made me very bitter.
So, the poverty, the Panthers, the guns. We all
Well, I don't remember that part of the
post-traumatic
video when the
stress
body laying on the ground.
Particularly Tupac, particularly Afeni, they didn't know it because no one knew what anxiety was, depression. We covered it up with drugs.
I'm reading these addresses: Bank Street, 1240 Woodbridge Avenue, 200 West 108th Street, 59 Morningside Drive, 626 Riverside Drive, something Underhill Avenue, Thurrock Avenue, 409 Edgecombe, 1830 7th Avenue, and Carrigan Avenue. What was going on with Finney that she was moving that displaced in her life? How was that affecting her?
Well, when the family was moving a lot, it wasn't just a family. We were all moving. And I think a lot of it was finances.
Is that just it? I mean, but think about it. When you're part of a powerful movement, the Black Panthers, which, you know, I consider them, no, they didn't do everything right, but, you know, they weren't extorting people money either, buying mansions. But anyway, we're not going to go there, but when you're part of a huge power movement like that, and then, like, you're not just part of it, you're like you're a female leader of it, and you have children, and you have cops and FBI's questioning your children when you're not there and putting your children through something you don't ever want to put your children through. Of course, you're not going to be in one stable place for too long so they can bust down your door with your children in it.
Afeni's spirit was totally diminished in 1984. She was angry because no one came to her aid.
84, I was 2.
Me. But I had 6 children. I'm also going through my own personal challenges. And I look back and I wonder what would have happened if someone would have looked at her as a woman. You know, and say, what do you need, sister? You know, where are you living at, sister?
We were homeless during this period. And this is when I'm starting to smoke crack cocaine.
Afeni was using drugs, and sometimes she wouldn't come home, and Tupac, I felt for him because I knew he was suffering.
I'm dealing with daddy not being there. My mother's dealing with my man not being there. My mother always told me, don't you ever just volunteer yourself to our people, because they'll use you. You know what I'm saying? She also told me to follow my heart.
As a child, Tupac's hobbies were writing and performing. At 13 years old, his family was the theater. And it was very strange because there had never been a child in this company before. But Tupac went to the company and won their heart because he was very good with his lines, and he also used to help them with their lines. The first time he appeared professionally on stage was the year that Jesse Jackson was running for president. They were having a benefit at the world famous Apollo.
1984, raising his son, Jesse Jackson's presidential campaign. It was a fundraiser.
That's funny, because I could have swore I mentioned to y'all in one of my other reactions that Tupac, I mean, and that right there, he should have been known before all his controversy. They just said he was the only child that was in this theater, that, you know, working on this theater, working on plays, and he was in A Raisin in the Sun. But you ain't hear about Tupac name then. The man starts making music, and then all of a sudden, he got some rap sheet.
Perfect role for Tupac. Because life was like that for him, where you don't have a bedroom. I loved it because it was about moving on. Afeni went to every rehearsal. The night of the performance, the theater was full.
When the curtain went up, I just caught that bug.
We saw a scrawny little boy elevate himself to an actor.
He nailed it. Like, whoa. Felt like this kid is a star.
That was it. That was the beginning of a dream that we didn't see coming.
A beautiful dream. Whoa, because I definitely know those people definitely still alive that own the rights to that music. I mean, but oh, Baltimore, yay baby. The year my brother was born, yay baby. Baltimore School of Arts. And y'all saying my Baltimore is, oh, no, whatever. That's another reaction I'm going to do about the dude who have so much to say about Baltimore. And I don't even think he live in Baltimore. Let me see if they stop the music.
That was the end of that comment.
No, they did. Okay, so that was Tupac's. Wait a minute.
That's...
Look at him. He did have a weird.
And John Cole, who was blonde and had blue eyes, and he put me through high school.
Tupac and I were very close. I was a visual artist, dye jeans. He would take those clothes and wear them.
It was fun for him to not have, and it was fun for me to have.
We listened to a lot of Prince, Kate Bush, The Cure, Peter Gabriel, LL Cool J. He was MC New York.
It was fun for him to hear rap music. It was fun for me to hear all of the things that has really defined who I am as an artist today.
MC New York. Glad he changed that one.
Know him.
Okay, here's the one.
I feel like I've always been an actor, and acting is my first love. I went to school to
No, I think this is the one I didn't like, y'all. Gridlock.
I never got a
Gridlock.
chance
This
to
was the one I
study
wasn't
acting.
feeling.
What I did do was throw myself in as many experiences as I could. So now I have so many things to draw from. And I don't want anybody to take that from me and say, you're a rapper who's acting.
I didn't know enough about him, so I was skeptical because I wanted an actor, not a musician, to play off, and I had no idea. But once we connected, which was immediately, then I was on my toes because he was better than me, He was talking the language of an actor, and then just surprising you during the scene. So.
My fucking lady's gonna die here and you're telling me about some fucking numbers? If I knew this shit, I'd have wrote it down. I need to see a doctor right away.
He had some chops, and he was the funniest fucker. We laughed a lot.
Well, have you learned anything from Tim from this? I know he's giving you some acting advice himself.
Yes, actually, honestly, I have. Glad you give me the opportunity to talk about it. I've learned a lot from this guy. I've learned exactly what not to do when the camera's
Yo, when I tell you that man would have been a beautiful comedian as well as that would have been something hot. Rapper, actor, comedian, all on your resume. Like, yo, that would have been some. This man got knocked down at too early, way too early.
Just for a little chunk of time.
Can I just bring one thing to your attention? What's that? Fashion. Look at me. Look at him. Look at him. He's ruining the whole thing. Gear right. Took him 3 minutes to pick.
Came from very different worlds. But a big part of your time as an actor is doing nothing. And we find ourselves sitting up having a beer, waiting for the sun to go down, and he would talk to me a lot about things that he'd done, things that he regretted, his time in prison, his mum. He was a very sensitive guy, but that wasn't stuff that you could, at that point, certainly put in the public's eye. I mean, it was huge. And it was the first film where I actually had to have security. Rival groups would come down to the location, calling at him because of the East Coast, West Coast thing.
That's what's frustrating and aggravating, that I can't live down this big shadow that I made to protect myself. Because it started out, I need an alter ego to keep people away from me and to protect myself. And not that it's like a total facade, it's me, but it's just blown up.
Discovering that his mother was out of control using narcotics put an edge on Tupac Amaru.
Being numb, anesthetizing ourselves to the world. My life has made it easy for me to jump into this character because he's articulate, talented. He's just a heroin addict like you've never seen.
Like his
We
mother.
all have addictions. And I think that Spoon is a man who hasn't found that peace. So I'm peaceful. Had I not took these chances, had I not gone all out, I'll still be a talented human being that no one knew about.
I moved to Baltimore, was affected by the poverty, but if I had not been messing around with drugs, I believe that I would have been able to stay in New York.
I mean, he didn't like to talk about it, but he would tell me they had to leave New York.
We moved out of New York because
Those
they
houses
were
still
running.
up.
Figured out who she was, and she couldn't keep a job. That should be illegal.
Of course, I went to his house in Greenville. Faced it in the front room, which was usually blacked out at the time. The shades were drawn, like hiding out.
Green Mount, I know about
He
that.
would be in my
I used to
house
walk Green
occasionally
Mount.
with Faye.
His point was, why every time he gets someone with the movie,
Not Green
he
Mount.
wants him to lose a job? Why is it, why? And the larger society could not take responsibility for my errors.
In his world, there were rats crawling around, and he didn't really get along in his neighborhood. Drug dealers and stuff were targeting him because it was a bad area.
So the best thing about the School of the Arts is that he was with people who had dreams and aspirations like himself. they gave Tupac the sense that this was not permanent because there was no evidence in my life that said it wasn't. I remember we had enough money for 3 potatoes, and we make French fries, and we would sit and sing folk songs. And this particular song helped me to deal with the changes with my son. But the greatest effect it had on me was when he was an adult and had the right to make his own decisions.
Your children are not your children. They are the sons and the daughters of life's longing for its up. They come through you, but they are not from you. And though they...
I mean, I think this song is pretty and, you know, I like it, but, like, I'm not quite sure. YouTube already funny. I mean, if Fina had a lot to work, look who he worked with. Look at this man. He's in a he's in a red suit. If that ain't saying he a blood, Oh, and this is How Do You Want It? Video shoot.
But you cannot make them just like.
Look how intimidating this man looks. Like, look how big he is for real. And look at, I mean, I ain't saying Tupac a punk, but Tupac is not that. Okay, sorry to play his music. Tupac isn't like this great big. Oh, I actually have this tape. Yo, I have this VHS in a box in the living room somewhere of him performing at the House of Blues. Yes. Now I gotta go to Amazon, order me a VCR so I can watch it, y'all. So I can watch it. Dang, I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm already not getting much on this channel. I ain't trying to. I told y'all they already strike 2 of my shorts before. So just be known, I don't own none of these songs that's on this show. Afeni used to own the rights. After she died, I'm not sure who took it over. I think they might have said a charity or something. This right here is, because y'all know, this is a humiliation ritual. You know, you gotta do certain things to be in that glam light. And, hold on, because I actually want to rewind back to that. Shoot, no. I just want to rewind back to that part. Because, you know, certain things have to be done for you to be popping. Like I said, I'm going to talk about this more in my conspiracy theory series. But, like, some of y'all favorite rappers have went through it. The whole humiliation ritual. Then you have the blood sacrifices, and thank God he didn't do the blood sacrifice. He loved his mama. His mother was his world. He did a humiliation ritual, which, I mean, he still look good to me. I don't care. I just wish he moved his stuff off the. Take that off. Take that. Let go with the ball puppy. Let me see what you got. Let me stop. Oh, hold on. Oh, no. My bad, y'all. He was still, I knew he was still rapping. But, wait a minute. Is it about to show it now? Because I want to hear what they say about him laying in the bathtub. Because, yes, in my book, that picture was actually in my book. And that was like the first time I'd ever seen it. I'm like, what the fudge is this right here? Just like y'all know, I mean, I'm not saying that 50 did this, but y'all remember that cover 50 did? With it ripped up.
Pac was like fucking broke. You could see by the way he spoiled himself. That was Pac saying, look, I was the bummy nigga on the block. But not anymore, I'm a king now. As he should, because he bled for it.
This was a remake of Pac's Crown Ranch. It's a reminder that royalty is not about how you get treated. It's more about how you take care of your people.
June 16th, Tupac's birthday.
Tupac was living his dream, because another one of his dreams is a compound.
I remember living in Calabasas. The neighborhood was primarily maybe white.
Still is.
But all they knew is that
A house full of niggas just moved into Calabasas. Nigga, we live here. How about that? Pop could be like, nigga, we live here, yo. That's our shit.
Pop is always like,
Okay, y'all, this is the part where I think I want to stop it. It's like 20 more minutes left, so you know there's going to be a 3. I've been on here for 28 minutes now, and I can't even turn y'all around to see me, because when I tell y'all, girl, she's just not prepped right now. But, yeah. Before I end it, though, about the humiliation ritual, like, I think that was Tupac's. I believe, I don't know if they said Jock went through one. Remember when remember a lot of oh, that's what it is. A lot of the actors and all that who put on dresses, like Jamie Foxx when he was in Living Color playing Wanda, Martin when he was playing Sinead, they said that was all part of that little Hollywood thing. So, show he had money, you know, then when you know blood sacrifice, that's what it is. But yes, so always remember, y'all, he's a thug because he came from the gutter, and look where he made it to. Calabasas, where now that family that they used, that's always everywhere, they're there. You know, but just like water in the sun, we out of here, coach.